Okay, so I've got a list. We're gonna talk about pros and cons about breastfeeding and formula. And surprisingly, there are more cons than pros. So just woke up from her nap. She just woke up from her nap. She feels refreshed. She feels ready to take on the world. Breastfeeding, not just at night, but in general, is just super easy because you don't have to worry about bottles or any of that nonsense and the water and milk and all that stuff situation. It's all gone when you breastfeed. So it's pretty much hassle-free. You can feed on command whenever it's necessary. It's always available at any time. When you're traveling, it's super easy to just pull your boob out, especially on an airplane, especially, you know, if you have a bunch of stuff you need to carry. You don't have to carry any bottles, you don't have to carry any formula, any water. It's super easy. It's a soother. It's very hassle-free. So now let's talk about the cons, because I know that's what you guys want to know. Okay, let's talk about some cons. As much as I love it and as much as I'm so happy that I'm doing it, I also get really frustrated at times because of these things. Okay, cons! I'm gonna run through them because there's a lot. No me time. Zero. None. At all. It's very time consuming. It's very minimum the things that you can do while still being able to feed your child, so you're not really hands-free when you're breastfeeding. As opposed to when they have a bottle, they can after a while feed themselves, so you don't have to be on them 24/7. No alcohol. You have to watch your diet because, again, anything that goes inside of you transmits to your child. So if you eat too much sugar, if you eat too much this, if you eat too much that, like all of that can go to your kid. So unfortunately, you know, you can't eat whatever it is that you want. You have to eat whatever is best for your baby. You pretty much have to travel at all times with your baby because you're gonna have to breastfeed your child. Unless you want to be pumping while you're traveling, which that just sounds like no fun to me. So I pretty much have to take my daughter with me on all of our travel trips, even, you know, romantic getaways with my husband. It's pretty much not romantic at this point. It's a family vacation. With that being said, you have to pump because otherwise you can get plugged milk ducts, mastitis, you can get engorgement, and it's very painful. So pumping is part of breastfeeding. After a while, you don't have to pump anymore because your milk pretty much sort of stabilizes, but pumping is part of breastfeeding. Kind of going hand in hand with watching your diet. You kind of have to watch, not kind of, you do, all your medications and all your prescriptions and certain procedures you can do, anything like that. You have to be careful of anything that goes inside of you because, again, it could transmit to the baby and it could be potentially harmful. Your clothing options are also just breastfeeding friendly. You can't really always wear everything that you want. It's gotta be whatever is easiest to breastfeed in. But with that being said, breastfeeding in public can sometimes be, you know, kind of humiliating and embarrassing. And you definitely have to cover up if you don't want to have your ladies just out there. So that can be a little bit of a hassle in itself, and a little, you know, the baby doesn't always like it, and then you don't like it either, but then you have to do it because the person next to you is feeling uncomfortable. So, and it can be painful, so of course I have to mention the pain. And then lastly, breast milk actually goes out of a baby's system a lot quicker than formula, so formula fed babies are full for longer. Breastfed babies have to feed more frequently, and that's why you'll notice that your baby is asking for food quite frequently. So those are my pros and cons. Basically, like I said, every single con that I mentioned is basically a pro for formula. So formula, you have a lot more freedom. You can go out and about your business. You can have somebody watch your child for days and be totally fine. You can do what you gotta do a lot easier because your baby does not require you 24/7. Other than that, I think the options are there. It comes down to you, whatever you think is best for you and your family and your life. So, you know, whatever it is that you choose is totally okay. I just wanted to give you guys my own perspective on the situation, and maybe you'll figure out if you want to breastfeed or you want to formula feed. It's up to you. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video.